نحمده ونصلي على رسول الكريم ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Respected viewers and listeners, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today we shall try to learn few more verses from second chapter Al-Baqarah, starting from verse number 253. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. Tilka rusul, those messengers, faddalna ba'dhum ala ba'd, some of whom we endowed with our gifts and favors. Minhum man kalam Allah. After them there were some who spoke to Allah. Warafa ba'dhum darajat, and we raised the status and degrees of some of the prophets. وَآتَيْنَا عِيسَى ibn Maryam al-bayyinat, and we granted Jesus, son of Mary. We gave him clear signs, clear miracles. وَأَيَّدْنَاهُ بِرُوحِ الْقُدُسِ, and helped and supported him through the Holy Spirit, that's Gabriel. وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ, if Allah had so willed, مَا قَتَلَ الَّذِينَ مِن بَعْدِهِمْ, that if Allah had so willed, after them the generations would not have fought each other or differed with each other. مِن بَعْدِ مَا جَاءَهُمُ الْبَيِّنَاتُ, after clear messages and clear teachings had come to them. وَلَكِنْ اخْتَلَفُوا, but they did differ. فَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ آمَنَ, some amongst them believed. وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ كَفَرَ, some amongst them disbelieved. وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ, if Allah had so willed, مَقْتَتَلُوا, they would not have fought, or they would not have differed. وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَفْعَلُ, but Allah does مَا يُرِيدُ, what He intends. يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, O those who have attained to faith, O believers, أَنْفِقُوا, you spend, مِمَّا رَزَقْنَاكُمْ, out of what we have provided you, مِنْ قَبْلِ, before the day, before there comes the day, لَا بَيْعٌ فِيهِ, where there will be no transactions, no ransom. وَلَا كُلَّةٌ, no friendship is going to help, وَلَا شَفَاعَةٌ, nor can any intercession work. وَالْكَافِرُونَ هُمُ الظَّالِمُونَ, and the disbelievers, they are really the wrongdoers. Allah, La ilaha, there is none worthy of worship illahu, except Him. Al-Hayy, He is ever living. Al-Qayyum, sustainer of all that exists. La ta'khudhuhu sinah, slumber or drowsiness doesn't seize Him. Wala nawm, nor sleep. Lahu, to Him belongs ma fi samawati wa ma fil ard, what is in the heavens and earth. Man dhal ladhi yashfa, who can intercede in the before Him? Illa bi'izni, except by His permission. Ya'lamu, He knows ma bayna aydihim, what is before them, wa ma khalfahum, what is behind them. Wala yuhituna bi shay'in min ilmi, they cannot encompass any part of His knowledge. Illa bima sha, except what He wills. Wasi'a kursiyuhu, His seat of power or seat of authority is spread over as-samawat, all the heavens and earth. Wala ya'uduhu hifzuhuma, and their protection doesn't make Him vary. Wahul al-azim, and is all high and the greatest of all. Sadaqallahul azim. These are the verses we are trying to study today. It starts with third part of Quran. In fact, Tilka rusul. Tilka means those, rusul means messengers, pillar of rusul. Tilka rusul, it refers to rusul, messengers and prophets. Tilka rusul faddalna ba'dhum ala ba'd. These are those messengers whom whose status we raised over others. That was status of prophets is not the same. Some are at higher ranks, some didn't attain that. They were not granted such higher ranks. But one thing, there should not be any confusion regarding this. We read in Quran, we have read already in this chapter, Al-Baqarah, and we shall read at the end of this chapter again, that true believer believes that he believes in all the prophets. We are asked, Kulu amanna billahi wa ma unzila ilayna wa ma unzila ila Ibrahim wa Ismail wa Ishaq wa Yaqub wal asbati wa ma utiya Musa wa Isa wa ma utiya nabiyyuna min rabbihim. Then la nufariqu bayna ahadin minhum wa nahnu lahu muslimun. A believer believes, is asked to believe in all the prophets. Abraham, few prophets have been mentioned in this verse which I recited. Abraham, Ismail, Isaac, Jacob, Joseph, and their descendants, and then Moses and Jesus. Then Quran says more prophets. A Muslim, true believer believes in all the prophets. And he says, La nufariqu bayna ahadin min rusuli minhum. We don't make any distinction. We don't make any distinction between the prophets. Here Quran says, those are the messengers whom we have raised in status over others. It's some people, out of limited knowledge or ignorance, they take it as a contradiction. That's not true. Both statements are correct. As far as la nufariqu bayna ahadin minhum is that a Muslim has to declare that we make no distinction between the prophets. What does that mean? That means we believe in all the prophets. We believe that all prophets, all messengers were true. They were truthful. They were honest. They were sincere. They were divinely appointed. And they fulfilled their mission which was assigned to them. All prophets, like from the first prophet Adam down to Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, we believe in all the prophets, in their sincerity, in their truthfulness, in their honesty. We believe in their divine appointment there. Yes, that is la nufariqu bayna ahadin minhum. We don't make any distinction. It's not like Jews. They believe in some prophets and reject prophets of others. And like they don't believe in Jesus Christ, nor do they believe in Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. We are not like Christians, that we may believe many prophets. They disbelieve in many. They believe in many, but they don't believe in Prophet Muhammad as final prophet. We Muslims believe in all the prophets to be true, sincere, divinely appointed. That means la nufariqu bayna ahadin minhum. But as far as status is concerned, there is variation. All prophets were not granted the same. It depends. For example, we see in the time of Moses, I tell you, was not Aaron also a prophet? Harun. But can the stature of both be the same? Was it the same? Though both, Aaron was also divinely appointed. We believe in him. He was truthful, honest, dedicated, everything which a prophet has all the characteristics that were in Aaron. But status of Moses was different, though both were prophets. Similarly, in the time of Abraham, notice we see his nephew, that's Lut. He was also a prophet, a sincere and divinely appointed prophet. But can you imagine, can stature of Abraham and Lut be the same, though both are sincere and truthful and right prophets? That's it. And some prophets were like Moses. He was granted some special status in this way. He confronted one of the all-time great autocrats, dictators, the most wicked ruler, one of the most wicked rulers, that's Pharaoh. He fought against him with all boldness and courage till Pharaoh got drowned and Moses and his people were victorious. Moses was given some miracles, unparalleled, like the miracle of staff, which was the miracle would change and turn a big serpent. And it was that staff which created a dry path in Red Sea. And it was due to the strike of the staff that 12 springs gush out of this big rock to provide water for children of Israel in desert conditions. Similarly, Moses spoke Allah, as Quran mentions here. Though he didn't see Allah, nobody can see God in this world, but he heard voices. And Moses was not only that spoke, he also received miraculously written 10 commandments, so to call them, by divine will. Some revelations were inscribed on stone plates or stone slates, which was a gift for Moses which he was asked to carry to his people and tell them to hold them these teachings firmly with all the strength. These are special. Similarly, Jesus Christ was granted something special. That was special status, though at par all the prophets. But special that he was given, his birth was miraculous. Miraculous birth. Then growing up, when he grew up, he faced all the odds and got worst kind of treatment, a reaction from Jewish community of Palestine, who even went to the extent that they filed a false, fabricated case against him in Roman court. But Jesus stood like a rock, though he was lovely, most affectionate, merciful, the best, but he stood like a rock. And he was given some special miracles, some of the all-time great miracles. As we see in Quran, in chapter 3, we shall read about these miracles. He would create out of clay the models of birds, and then with Allah's leave, under Allah's command, with the touch of Jesus Christ, those would turn into flying birds. He used to cure born blindness and lepers. Not only that, at times he brought death back to life. So that is good. Similarly, different status, different degrees. David, about whom we talked just yesterday, King David, Dawood alayhi salam, he was prophet as well as king. See how much great kingdom he enjoyed. How much forceful, full of strength, simultaneously great prophet. David, that he could hear the voices and understand voices of birds and mountains and everything. Solomon, the king, Sulaiman, he was given powers, kingdom as well as prophethood, a great kingdom which stretched beyond the kingdom of David, his father. Solomon was son of David or Dawood. And then he was granted power and authority not only over humans, but over the invisible being jinns. And he was given authority even over winds. The winds blew under his command, in whatever direction he willed. Similarly, more powers. That I just summed up. What does this Tilka Rasul mean? But as far as basic prophethood is concerned, we make no distinction that this is true prophet, this is false prophet, as Jews have done. And they believe in some and reject. No, that's not true. We believe all prophets to be divinely appointed, and we revere them, we respect them, we take them as our role model in our daily lives. We have highest respect for Moses. Often I feel we have in our hearts, the hearts of a true believer, there's respect for Moses is even far, far greater than ordinary Jews or even rabbis. We must, I feel really, though I should not feel proud of it, but just out of emotion I say, I feel proud that we revere and respect Jesus Christ and his mother, virgin mother Mary, more than most of the Christians revere and respect him. But they're at par. But as for ranks, there difference of ranks are there. That's what Tilka Rusulu, Fadalna Ba'dhum. Those are the messengers. Some of we endowed with favors and gifts, and Fadalna Ba'dhum, we raise their status over others. Minhum man kalam Allah, like this, that of them some support Allah, like Moses. Warafa Ba'dhum darajat, and we raise status of some, or ranks, or degrees we raise, as I explained just now. Degrees. وَآتَيْنَا عِيسَى ابْنَ مَرْيَمَ الْبَيِّنَاتِ, and we gave Jesus, son of Mary, clear signs, clear miracles, clear message. وَأَيَدْنَاهُ بِرُوحِ الْقُدْسِ, and as a special gift, we supported him, helped him through Gabriel, the angel, the pure spirit angel, Gabriel. This is about this prophet. Non-Quran says these prophets came to this world at different stages of human history, in different parts of the world. With the passage of time, in the generations which followed prophets, people started differing with each other. That is therefore here. وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ مَا اقْتَتَلَ الَّذِينَ مِن بَعْدِهِمْ. If Allah had so willed, the generations who came after these prophets, they would not have fought each other. They would not have differed with each other. Min ba'di ma ja'athum al-bayinat, even after clear messages and signs had come to them. What does that mean? That it doesn't mean Allah made them to fight. Allah forced them to differ. It is because what was the basic planning of creation of Adam? Adam was created, and his offspring are spreading in this world. They were given freedom of choice to decide between, make a choice between right and wrong. Right and wrong was made clear before them, and choice is left with humans, with Adam and his progeny, with his offspring. That is what will means. If Allah had not so willed, Allah had not given freedom of choice to Adam and his offspring as we are, as He has not given this freedom of choice to angels, everybody would have an obedient servant of God. Everybody would have followed the path of loyalty and sincerity. But since there was a special purpose in the creation of Adam and his offspring, that is mentioned. That's what is meant by وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ, if Allah had so willed. That means if Allah had so willed, He would not have given man, a human being, freedom of choice to decide whether he would like to go on the right path or wrong path. If this choice was not granted, as it was not given to angels, things would happen to them. They would not have differed. They would not have fought either. But since that was a test, this world was declared a test for believers, of human beings, a test. And one who passes the test will get reward in the life hereafter. And one who fails the test of this world shall have to face disaster in the next world. That's the purpose. That is the will of God, what is mentioned here. وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ, if Allah had so willed, مَا اقْتَتَلَ الَّذِينَ مِن بَعْدِهِمْ. People would not have differed after them, that after the arrival of these prophets, people would not have differed. مِن بَعْدِ مَا جَاءَتْهُمُ الْبَيِّنَاتُ, even after clear messages come to them. وَلَكِنِ اخْتَلَفُوا, but they did differ. فَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ آمَنَ, out of them some were those who believed. They adopted the right path, okay? They used their freedom of choice in a better way, best way. وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ كَفَرَ, but amongst them were those who disbelieved, who rejected the straight path, adopted the path of hell, they followed the path of Satan, the devil. وَلَوْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ مَا اقْتَتَلُوا. Again, it's repeated. If Allah had willed, they would not have fought. They would not have differed. وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَفْعَلُ مَا يُرِيدُ. But Allah does what He intends, because it is His divine plan. Plan behind the creation of Adam, that he will be granted freedom of choice, and human beings will be asked to choose between right and wrong. Though both right and wrong will be made clear to them, and they will be given freedom of choice. Now, the next verse number 254. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O believers, O those who believe, anfiqu, you spend. Mimma razaqnakum, out of what we have provided you. You should remember, anfiqu, I have told you even before, anfiqu means to spend for anything. But once in Quran it is used as an unqualified statement, anfiqu means for a good cause, for betterment of humanity, for seeking pleasure of God, to spend on poor and needy, to spend just to preserve and protect the bound ideological and geographical boundaries of an Islamic State. Only good cause, anfiqu means that. Quran says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, O believers, anfiqu, you spend. That means in a good cause, in a better way you spend. Mimma razaqnakum, out of what we have provided you. Again, two things are here. Firstly, it's not said you spend whole of your wealth for this that cause. It's mimma, out of that. That means a portion. Otherwise, I have given you wealth. You can spend on your own self, on your wives, on your families, for providing better comforts and to fulfill the genuine needs. in this world for comfortable living, yes, do it. But don't forget poor and needy. Don't forget your faith. Don't forget your community. You owe much to them. Out of this wealth you have to spend on these good causes, for orphanages, for hospitals, for poor and needy people, for widows and destitutes, for wayfarers, for those bonded laborers to get them released from that bonded labor, for the freedom of slaves, for people to relieve them of their debts. You spend a portion of that too. You also owe them. And they just need your help. So al-anfiqu is spending on that. When a person in this world we hesitate, even spending a part of our wealth, that we are warned on Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, all those who have believed. Think about that. You have voluntarily adopted this faith. Nobody forced you because there is no compulsion in religion whatsoever. Now you are believers. Then you have to fulfill all the obligations of faith. Anfiqu, you spend. Mimma razaqnakum, out of what we have provided you. And this again one more point. That whatever you possess, razaqnam, that is provided by us. We have given you. Nothing belongs to you. According to Quran, man is not the master of neither of himself, nor his capabilities, nor is he master of his wealth. Man is only custodian of these faculties, custodian, not the master. So as a custodian, he has spent his wealth and capabilities and strength and powers according to the will and orders of the master, that's Allah the Almighty. That's Islamic, basic concept of Islamic economic system. That's why razaqnam, you spend out of what we have provided you. A portion of this you spend out of what? It's not yours that we are seeking any help from you, or we are putting any burden on you. Razaqnam, we have provided you. But remember, if you don't, you spend out of what you have provided, min qabli an ya'tiya yawm, before the day comes. That means first you'll die. You'll be resurrected. On the day of judgment, you will be asked, what did you do with your wealth? That time you would like to spend everything, but you will be having nothing with you. Because you have left everything behind. So you will feel one who has not spent wealth on good cause, betterment of humanity and upliftment of community, others, he will start repenting. He will strike his forehead. He will chew his tongue under his teeth. He would wish that if he is given one more chance back to life. Now he would spend everything, but that time neither will be possessing or owning anything, nor will he be given any chance to come back to this world. That's gone, that's finished. That's Quran warns. Ya ayyuhallazina amanu, or believers, anfiqu, you spend. There's still, you are alive, there's time left. There's time with you. Spend. Mimma razaqnakum, out of what we have provided you. Min qabli an ya'tiya yawm, before the day comes. La bayun fi, where there will be no transactions, no ransom, no buying, no selling, nothing will be there. No exchange, no bargaining will be there. So it's the best chance. Now you are still here, you spend for good causes. Wala khulla, nor can any friendship help anybody. Khulla means friendship. Wala shafa, and neither any intercession. That you will feel, okay, whatever I do, somebody is going to intercede on my behalf. Nothing doing. Everybody on that's the day of judgment. Day based on justice, divine justice. Everybody will be responsible for his own faith and deeds. There will be an individual accountability, as Quran says. Jews used to say that we have great prophets like Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and Joseph, Moses, and others. They are our beloved and revered prophets, no doubt. They will say, once we're on the day of judgment, they will intercede on our behalf. They will save us. We need not do anything. Whatever we do, lan tamassan nar, your fire of hell shall not even touch us. because we belong to this great tribes and families, and to this lineage, we have great lineage of this group, they are going to help us. But they were given a befitting answer. In Quran itself, Kul atakasum in the ahdan fala yukallifullahu ahdan. Have you taken any promise from Allah which is not going to break? Am taquluna alallahi ma la ta'lamun, or you say about God about which you have no proof and no knowledge. Then Quran went on to say, Tilka ummatun qad khalat. The people, best people, the pious and righteous people, prophets you are referring to, they were a group of best people. They came to this world and left. Laha ma kasabat, whatever they earned, they did earn from themselves. Walakum ma kasabtum, for you are your own earnings, what you do. Wala tus'aluna amma kanu ya'malun. Tomorrow on the day of judgment, you shall be put to account of what they did, nor shall be they asked what you do. Everybody will be accountable for his own deeds, based on faith, of course. Believers spend out of what we have provided them before the day comes, when there will be no bargaining, no transaction, no exchange, no ransom. That's meanings of bayun, wala kulla, nor any friendship. No, even your closest friends who are in this world ready to lay down their lives for you on the day of judgment, nobody can help anybody. Wala shafa, nor any intercession. Wal kafirun hum zalimun. Now disbelievers, that means who disbelieve this in these basics of Quran, they are the losers, they are the wrongdoers. صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الكريم والحمد لله رب العالمين.